Hello everyone, my name is David. Today we are going to take a look at another horrible case with you. At weddings, the bride and groom receive many gifts. In today's case, a newly married couple also received many gifts, but they did not know that one of these gifts contained a bomb. Due to this one gift, two innocent people lost their lives, and when the person who gave this gift was revealed, even the police were shocked. As the investigation progressed, the revelations that came to light shook a large state in India. This story is from Balangir district in the famous Indian state of Odisha. In the town of Patnagar in Balangir district, there lived a family of 5. Before proceeding further, let me tell you that Odisha is renowned for its historical junctures and spectacular scenery, and the town of Patnagar is famous for its many ancient temples. The 5-member family consisted of Rabindra Kumar Sahu, his wife Sanjukta Sahu, their son Shekhar Sahu, and their daughter. Additionally, Rabindra Kumar Sahu's mother, Jemamani Sahu, also lived in the same house. This family of 5 was quite well educated. Rabindra Kumar Sahu was a lecturer in zoology at Jawaharlal Nehru College in Patnagar, and Sanjukta Sahu was the principal of Jyoti Vikas Junior College. Additionally, their son Shekhar was an engineer at a Japanese electronics firm in Bengaluru. On February 18, 2018, Shekhar Sahu married Reema Rani in a grand ceremony. Furthermore, they hosted a reception party on February 20, 2018, which was attended by many guests and neighbors. However, 2 days after the reception, on February 22, Rabindra Kumar's daughter returned to Kazakhstan. She was studying there and had come to India on a short leave for her brother's wedding. By December 22, all the guests had left the house, and 2 of the 6 family members had gone to Delhi airport to catch a flight to Kazakhstan. The only people remaining at home were Sanjukta Sahu, her son Shekhar Sahu, Shekhar's wife Reema Sahu, and Shekhar's grandmother Jemamani Sahu. The next day, on February 23, 2018, around 10 a.m., Sanjukta left for her college, leaving only 3 people at home. Suddenly, around 12:45 p.m., a delivery boy from Sky King Courier Service arrived at their house with a large box. The parcel was addressed to Shekhar Sahu and had been sent by someone named S.K. Sinha from Raipur. Actually, Raipur is the capital city of Chhattisgarh, a neighboring state of Odisha, and is approximately 140 miles away from Patnagar. Here, Shekhar receives the parcel box and brings it into the kitchen. However, he couldn't understand who had sent this parcel because he didn't know anyone named S.K. Sinha in Raipur. He then tells this to his wife, Reema, who was cooking lunch in the kitchen, but then he thinks that it might be a wedding gift, since people who can't attend the wedding or reception often send their gifts by courier. Moreover, the sticker on the parcel also wrote, "Gift." Now, Shekhar's grandmother also comes into the kitchen, and Shekhar begins to open the parcel box in front of his grandmother and wife. When Shekhar opens the box, he finds another box inside, wrapped in green gift paper, but there was a white string coming out of that box, which Shekhar unknowingly pulls, and suddenly there's a loud explosion. The blast was so powerful that it scattered everything in the kitchen, broke the windows, and even cracked the kitchen walls. Besides this, 90% of Shekhar and his grandmother's bodies were burnt, and 40% of Reema's body was burnt. Hearing the explosion, their neighbors thought that perhaps a gas cylinder had exploded. So the neighbors quickly came into the kitchen, but at that moment, the gas cylinder was completely intact. In the meantime, a man calls an ambulance, another calls the police, and one more informs Shekhar's family about the explosion. When the ambulance arrives, some people take them to the Government Medical College Hospital in Balangir. However, upon arrival at the hospital, 85-year-old Jemamani Sahu is declared dead by the doctors. Additionally, after initial treatment, the doctors refer Shekhar and his wife Reema to a big hospital. But after being admitted there for a short time, the doctors also declare Shekhar dead. Sometime later, the doctors refer Reema to SCB Medical and Hospital for better treatment. Reema receives treatment there and survives, because she was standing a bit away from the parcel box and suffered only 40% burns. Now, while Reema was admitted to the hospital, Shekhar and his grandmother's last rites were performed, but Rima was unaware of this. In this way, due to Shekhar's death, Rima became a widow within 5 days, and Shekhar's family was devastated with grief. On the other hand, the Patnagar city police also arrived at the crime scene and began their investigation. They called in the bomb disposal team because it clearly didn't seem to be a case of a cylinder blast. As soon as the bomb disposal team entered the kitchen, they realized it was a bomb blast because they could smell gunpowder in the area. They then collected the bomb fragments from the scene as evidence. The police had figured out that it was a bomb explosion, but the question was how and from where the bomb had arrived. They questioned the neighbors and the family members, but no one knew anything. Out of the 3 people who knew about it, 2 had died, and the only survivor was not in a condition to speak. So, after the initial investigation, the police decided to wait for Rima to recover. About a week later, when Rima was able to speak on March 3, 2018, the Odisha police recorded her statement. They discovered that the explosion was caused by a parcel box sent via Sky King courier. After this revelation, the news spread like wildfire across the national media, and everyone who heard about the case was shocked. Although the media had informed everyone about the case, all the news channels were incorrectly reporting the sender's name as R.K. Sharma instead of S.K. Sinha. This misinformation spread because the police had unknowingly provided the wrong name to the media. In their investigation, the police found that the parcel was booked on February 15, 2018, and it weighed a total of 2 kilograms. When the Odisha police investigated the sender's name and address, both turned out to be fake. A team of police from Odisha arrives neighboring state Chhattisgarh's capital Raipur to advance their investigation. Upon reaching the office of the Sky King courier from where the parcel was sent, the police attempt to check the CCTV footage, but find that there are no CCTV cameras installed. Initially, the police's attempt was to identify the person who sent this parcel by checking the CCTV footage. However, a few days later, the cyber cell informs the police that the parcel was tracked online twice from a private computer, approximately 70 miles away from Patnagar. The police suspect that the murderer might have tracked this parcel. However, when the police track the location of the computer, they find out that an employee of the courier company tracked the parcel from there. Just a week after this incident, Shekhar's mother, Sanjukta Sahu, expressed suspicion on one of her college colleague, Punjilal Meher. Actually, a few months ago, there was a controversy between him and Punjilal Meher regarding the post of the college principal. However, when the police interrogate Punjilal Meher, they don't find any evidence against him, so he is let go. Although the police didn't find any leads from here either, they continue their investigation, and then they receive new information. The police find out that a few months ago, Shekhar Sahu received a threatening anonymous call. Actually, Shekhar and Rima's engagement had happened just a year before their marriage, and since then, they only spoke on the phone once a day. One day while they were on the phone, an unknown number called Shekhar's phone. Shekhar put Rima on hold and answered the call, only to be threatened by a boy warning him not to marry Rima, or else face dire consequences. However, Shekhar quickly ended the call and informed Rima about it. After that day, they never received any such calls, so they both forgot about it. After the revelation, the police suspected the boy who threatened Shekhar. They traced his number and eventually reached him. However, the police discovered that the boy had one-sided love for Rima and didn't want her to marry someone else, hence he made the call to Shekhar. Despite the boy's repeated denial of sending the bomb parcel, the police conducted a polygraph test on him. However, the test revealed that he was telling the truth, so the police had to let him go. Despite questioning over 100 people for about a month, including Shekhar's friends, relatives, co-workers, Sky King courier employees and delivery boys, the police couldn't find any leads. They thoroughly checked Shekhar and Rima's call history, and even inspected their laptop, but they found no clues there either. After 3 weeks of the incident, neither the police nor Rima's relatives inform her that Shekhar has passed away. However, 24 days after the incident, Rima somehow finds out that her husband had died 24 days ago. Upon learning this, she starts crying so much that she continues to cry for several hours. However, she was also angry with her family because they kept this fact hidden from her for many days. But the truth was that they too had kept this fact hidden from Rima for her well-being. But when Rima was crying, one of her relatives recorded it and posted it on social media. After that, all the news channels started showing this video on television, and the matter became so heated that people in Odisha began to say that the police were not doing their job properly. For this reason, on March 23, 2018, this case is handed over to the Odisha Crime Branch Police. First, all the suspects are interrogated again by the crime branch, and then they meticulously check approximately 250 CCTV cameras around the Sky King office, but no footage shows the person sending the courier. However, on April 4, 2018, the Superintendent of Police of Balangir receives an anonymous letter typed in English. The main highlight of that letter was that the parcel was sent not in the name of R.K. Sharma, but in the name of S.K. Sinha, and this whole incident is related to fraud and money matters. In other words, the person sending this letter clearly stated that this incident occurred due to cheating in love, money and property disputes. For this reason, the crime branch team also investigates the case from this angle, but despite struggling for many days, they do not achieve any success. After this, the Superintendent of Police sends a digital copy of this anonymous letter to the Chief of the Crime Branch, Arun Bothra. In this letter, in order to find a clue, Arun Bothra reads this letter nearly 100 times, but then suddenly he is surprised that how did the sender of the letter know that the parcel was sent in the name of S.K. Sinha, while due to the mistake of the police, R.K. Sharma's name was still circulating in the media. Therefore, Arun Bothra knew that whoever sent this letter had also sent the parcel and is the murderer. For this reason, the crime branch immediately orders to send that letter for forensic examination so that the murderer's fingerprints can be taken from the letter, but it is found in the investigation that there were no complete fingerprints. But so far the crime branch had not told any family member about this letter and was investigating it itself. But when the police did not achieve any significant success, they showed this letter to the family for the first time. But after reading the letter, the Sahu family does not suspect anyone, and says that there is no dispute over any property in our family. But the crime branch also gives a digital copy of this letter to the family members. Then when Sanjukta reads this letter repeatedly, she becomes suspicious of Punjilal Meher again. Actually, Punjilal often used the sentence, completing the project in college, and this letter also had undertaking the project written in it, which is why Sanjukta suspected Punjilal. This time, there was evidence in the hands of the crime branch, so the police decide to call Punjilal to their office once again for interrogation. This time, the police interrogate Punjilal sternly, and then he tells the police a story. He says that one night he was wandering outside his house after having dinner, when suddenly a man approached him and asked him to post this letter to the Superintendent of Police in Balangir. That man also threatened Punjilal that it wouldn't be good for him and his family if he didn't send this letter to the police superintendent. However, for some reason, the crime branch team doesn't believe Punjilal's story at all. After that, a crime branch team decides to search Punjilal's house. They find envelopes used for packing letters at Punjilal's house, which were similar to the envelopes in which the letter was sent to the police superintendent. Then, when the police search his house thoroughly, they also find a print of the receipt for parcel booking from the Sky King Courier Company. When the police questioned him about it, Punjilal had no answer. After this, suspicion deepens on Punjilal by the crime branch, and then they also seize his laptop and pen drive. Now the police also call that employee of Raipur's Sky King Courier Company, who had seen the person sending the parcel. As soon as he sees the Punjilal, he tells the police that this is the same man who had sent the parcel to Shekhar Sahu's house. After so many revelations, Punjilal also knew that he has been caught now, and there is no benefit in lying anymore, so he starts telling the police the true story. Friends, before moving forward in the video, I have a small request for you. I want to let you know that behind the David True Crime channel, there is a team of 5 people who work hard to bring you the best quality content through thorough research. If you appreciate our efforts, you can support us according to your preference by visiting the link provided in the description. Your small support will motivate us to work effectively on the channel. Thank you. Now, let's continue with the story. Actually, before 2009, Punjilal was an English teacher at Jyoti Vikas Junior College, and his life was going well, but in 2009 he was made the principal of the college, and when he became the principal of the college, his life became even easier. Now in 2014, Sanjukta Sahu starts teaching history as a lecturer at Jyoti Vikas Junior College. But after a few months, all the teachers and students start talking about making Sanjukta Sahu the principal of the college, because Sanjukta Sahu was 13 years senior to Punji Lal and had more experience. However, Punji Lal wanted to remain the principal of this college until he retired. For this reason, Punji Lal kept bothering Sanjukta Sahu in different ways, but it did not benefit him. But on January 25, 2017, Sanjukta Sahu receives a letter from the Higher Education Department of Odisha, officially announcing her as the new principal of this college. After this, hatred against Sanjukta Sahu started filling Punji Lal's mind, because Punji Lal had worked very hard to reach the position of principal. Actually, his father left him and his mother when Punji Lal was a child. After that, his childhood was very difficult. But when he became a principal, his dream was to become even richer. But now perhaps Sanjukta Sahu had shattered all his dreams. After this, Punji Lal decided to kill Sanjukta Sahu and her entire family, fueled by jealousy and hatred. So he started reading many books related to crime, besides watching many Hollywood and Indian crime thriller movies, and also got some ideas from them. He spent about 7 months on this research, and then planned to send a bomb parcel to the entire family. After that, he searched for ways to make bombs through YouTube and Google. After watch many YouTube videos and read articles, Punji Lal bought many firecrackers in October 2017, and then worked on making bombs for the next 2 months. First, he separated the gunpowder from the firecrackers and made a small bomb for experimentation, then took the bomb to an empty place for testing. Fortunately, he succeeded in his experiment and then made a bigger bomb of 2 kilograms. After that, Punji Lal packed this bomb well in a box and then removed a white-colored thread from the box. Then he packed the box in green-colored gift paper and then packed it in another bigger box. Now, he just waited for the opportunity to send this parcel to Sanjukta Sahu's house. In the meantime, he finds out that Sanjukta's son Shekhar is getting married in February 2018. Now, he decides to parcel the bomb as a gift, and by looking at the gift box, no one will suspect what's inside. Meanwhile, he also deletes all his internet history, and he doesn't involve anyone else in his plan, because he knew that if his partner disclosed the plan to anyone, his truth would be exposed. Additionally, Punji Lal also had a plan on how he would deliver the bomb to Sanjukta Sahu's house. Now, on the 15th of February 2018, Punji Lal goes to his college and takes the class so that his presence is noticed there that day. After taking classes at college, he returns home, picks up the box from there, and reaches the nearest railway station on his bullet motorcycle. Then, he parks his bullet motorcycle at the motorcycle stand at the railway station and goes to the ticket counter to get a train ticket. However, there was a CCTV camera installed there, so he boards the train without buying a ticket. Furthermore, he also leaves his phone at home, so that his location shows up at his home, knowing that phone location is crucial in police investigations. After that, he reaches the capital city of his neighboring state, Raipur city in Chhattisgarh. Then he takes a rickshaw and reaches the DTDC courier office around 5:15 p.m. But in the meantime, he had his face covered with a handkerchief because he didn't want to be seen by any CCTV cameras. He even sent his rickshaw driver into the DTDC courier office because there was a CCTV camera installed in the company's office. The rickshaw driver also listened to Punji Lal because Punji Lal had given him some extra money. But when he goes inside the office with the parcel, the receptionist immediately asks him what's in the box, to which the rickshaw driver has no answer. However, Punji Lal outside the shop was listening to this, so he quickly goes inside the shop, picks up the parcel, and swiftly leaves from there. After going a little distance, he takes another rickshaw, and then he sees an office of Sky King Courier Service on the way. This time he enters the office without wearing a mask because there were no CCTV cameras there. This time when the receptionist asks him what's in the parcel box, he says it's sweets and it's a wedding gift. Then he gives his name as S.K. Sinha, and after booking the parcel in the name of Shekhar Sahu, he returns home by train the same night. On the other hand, this parcel reaches the Sky King Courier office in Patnagar on 20th of February, 5 days later. The delivery boy takes the parcel to Shekhar's house, on the evening of 20th of February. But when he sees that there's a wedding going on in that house and everyone is busy with their own tasks, he returns to his office without delivering the parcel. Punjilal had meticulously planned to ensure no suspicion fell on him. He attended Shekhar and Rima's wedding and reception party formally so as not to arouse any doubts. However, on February 23, 2018, the delivery boy once again arrived at his house with a parcel, and what happened next, you guys already know. Nevertheless, Punjilal also participated in Shekhar and his grandmother's last rites. However, when the police called him in for questioning just a week after the incident, he became slightly flustered, but after some questioning the police let him go. However, when the case was transferred to the crime branch, and the crime branch team was carefully investigating the case, Punjilal also became fearful. After that, in an attempt to divert the police's attention, he sent a letter to the superintendent of police of Balangir, trying to angle the case as fraud and property dispute. But by sending this letter, he made the biggest mistake. If he hadn't sent this letter, perhaps he wouldn't have been caught until today. Anyway, after the whole story came out, the crime branch officially arrested Punjilal on April 24, 2018. When the police searched Punjilal's ancestral home, they found some burnt remnants of gunpowder in the garbage dump there, and when a chemical analysis was conducted, the gunpowder found in the parcel matched. Additionally, the police found a deleted file from Punjilal's pen drive, which happened to be the same deleted file that Punjilal had sent to the superintendent of police. Afterwards, the crime branch provided Punjilal with all the materials he used to make the bomb, and then asked him to remake it. Within a short period, Punjilal reconstructed the bomb, and the entire process was also videographed, which was later presented as evidence in court. However, no punishment has been pronounced for the criminal yet, but Punjilal is incarcerated in Balangir District Jail. Meanwhile, Punjilal has also applied for bail several times, but both the lower court and the Odisha High Court have rejected his bail application. So, the greed and jealousy for a principal's chair turned a teacher into a criminal, and due to this greed, an innocent and happy family was ruined. Currently, Rima Sahu is living with her in-laws, and has decided to take care of her in-laws for her entire life, and will never marry again. So with that, the Patnagar bombing case comes to an end right here. Additionally, if you want to recommend any case for us to make a detailed video on, you can write the name of that case in the comment section. If you appreciate our efforts, like and share this video. If you haven't subscribed, do so now. Thank you.